What's going on, guys? Ness here. The year was 1995. The 16-bit consoles were in the closing stages of an epic war. Companies had developed new technology. A new war was on the horizon. Sega would strike first with its 32-bit system, the Sega Saturn, set to hit North American shelves later that year. Nintendo's answer to the Sega Saturn was a project known only as Ultra 64, later changed to Nintendo 64. But due to developmental issues, the release date kept getting pushed back. Nintendo couldn't let Sega come in and have a full year uncontested, so they devised a plan. Nintendo's temporary solution to combat the oncoming Sega Saturn was the Virtual Boy. A 32-bit system itself, the Virtual Boy claimed to be capable of displaying true 3D in a virtual environment. The system was marketed as a portable system, and the first push towards virtual reality. There was only two problems. The system was far from portable, and none of the games resembled virtual reality at all. The games were more of a 3D style, using ocular lens tricks. Not to mention, all the games were in red and black, and if played for extended periods, would cause eye strain and headaches. Customers were anything but receptive of this gimmicky system, and if anything, all the bad publicity boosted Sega Saturn sales. Nintendo decided to cut their losses, and the system was discontinued after about a year. Virtual Boy was Nintendo's first major failure, and the reason why no other company since has attempted virtual reality. Now, Nintendo didn't fully abandon the 3D concept, and finally got it right with the Nintendo 3DS. Now, let's talk about the Virtual Boy's shameless cousin. To start, let me paint another scenario for you guys. As a kid, Nintendo Power was my choice of media. Every time my mother would go to the grocery store, I would stand in the magazine aisle and read Nintendo Power until it was time for us to check out. And similar to most kids, I was amped for the release of the Virtual Boy. I'd spend the whole ride home talking about how awesome the Virtual Boy was going to be. One day, while ranting about the upcoming Virtual Boy, my mother responded with, "Well, you do have a birthday coming up." This was huge! I was no mind reader, but even as a kid, I could catch that hint. So I made sure to be on my best behavior until my birthday. The day finally came. I was stoked. After eating some cake and ice cream, it was time for the moment of truth. Soon, I would be in virtual heaven. So I tore open my present in unrelenting anticipation, only to find... Yeah, it happened to me again. You see, once again this heartless company sucked the joy out of a childhood memory. Tiger, anticipating the Virtual Boy to be a huge success, decided to piggyback off Nintendo again, similar to the way they did with the Game & Watch series, with the R-Zone. This virtual system was the first system by Tiger to use cartridges. Essentially, what the cartridges were different LCD filters to a projector, projecting on a mirrored surface in front of your eye, heralding this as a next-generation LCD system. A next-gen LCD game. A next-gen LCD game. That's like making a high-definition black and white TV. You upgrade the technology before you improve the software. The games were all terrible, and with the failure of the Virtual Boy came the failure of the R-Zone. Serves them right. But unlike Nintendo, Tiger attempted to salvage the R-Zone, and instead of discontinuing, they simply abandoned the virtual reality concept when they made a handheld version of the R-Zone, the R-Zone XPG, which failed too, by the way. Well, that's it, guys. That's gaming's dark chapter in virtual reality. Maybe one day we'll see a company pick it back up and actually do it right. If not, I ain't complaining. Till next time, this is Ness, signing out.